Time to speak my truth. I've been misunderstood my entire life. Hello and welcome to Veronica's Journal, where we talk about spirituality, psychology, and mental health. So together we can evolve as a community that's unstoppable. How's it going, guys? My name is Veronica. Hope you all are doing well. So today, it took me a lot of courage to make this video. I wasn't sure if I should or I shouldn't. And I have never actually spoken about this to anyone. So this is the first time I'm actually expressing myself. And it took me a lot of courage to get here. So wish me luck. I don't have a script for it or anything. This is going to come straight from my heart. So thank you for listening. So when I turned 50, right after my menopause, I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD. And then my life kind of made sense to me. But I have never shared the battles I've struggled with my entire life. I've been masking my entire life. I've been performing to be normal my entire life. I've been performing so good, even my parents didn't know I was performing. If my life was a movie, I'd be getting a Grammy for the best acting. But anyways, so when I was a little kid, I was different. I was different than everyone else. I was quite slow. I spoke really slow. I walked slow. I did everything slow. And everyone made a lot of fun of me. To the point, it really hurt me a lot. But due to autism, I don't have an expressive face, okay? Like, I could have a tsunami of emotions inside, and you won't know if I'm mad or if I'm happy or what's going on. Because that's how I am. And I've always had an inability to express myself, even verbally. Like, I wouldn't even tell my mom I'm hungry when I'm hungry. And I've always been socially awkward. It's hard for me to maintain friendships because I forget to call and message them back. And I don't know, people think I'm weird because I'm different. Okay. And I'm not made for the neurotypical world. Like, this is a neurotypical world. So it was so hard because I really took it too hard when people made fun of me. That really broke my heart. So I started like, I'd shut my room door and I would stand in front of the mirror and I try talking fast, how people talk. I would mirror people. Even from the movies, I try to act like how they're doing, but it took so much effort. It didn't come naturally to me. And I really missed the social cues and stuff. I felt like everybody here came with a script and I wasn't given one when I came to Earth because I didn't know what to do. So people thought I was rude or, I've been called lazy. It's just my brain. It just processes things differently, a bit slower. Even my visual processing is a bit slower. So I'd have a good friend walk right by me, but it takes me a few extra seconds for me to process, oh, it's them. And then people end up thinking, oh, she's ignoring me. She's rude. But it's not even that. I'm zoned out most of the time. Like, I'm good at a lot. Don't get me wrong, I was really good in school. I'm good at a lot of things. But then there are some things like I can't follow simple instructions or, if I can't learn something once, You can teach me that 20 times, it just won't go in. That's how I've always been. But if I learn something once, I'll never forget it. So my brain works differently. It's not that, but my whole life, for about 40 years, I lived under constant fight or flight because I didn't know I had autism and ADHD. I thought something was seriously wrong with me. And I had major personality flaws that I needed to work at and correct. And no matter how hard I tried, I was always behind in life. So all my energy was gone basically in just trying to look normal, to look like and not like I would make sure I'm sitting with my posture right, not with my mouth. I'd sit like that when I was a kid. I would zone out. And I noticed I was masking so much that became my identity. I myself was like, but when I hit menopause and the doctors didn't put me on hormones or nothing, so my hormones were flatlined and my ADHD and the autistic symptoms came back like 50 times worse. Also, like, I noticed I reverted back to childhood. I would just zone out for hours. I'd sit in one spot for hours, and I did that in childhood. I had a hard time having friends. I can make friends, like, now I can make friends, but it's hard for me to maintain friendships because people think, oh, she doesn't even care. She doesn't call back or message back because I forget. My parents always, they give me heck. Oh, I don't call them. Everybody, it's hard for me to do it. And it's a simple thing, but it feels like a challenge to me. Small things, opening mail feels like a challenge to me, but I can do big tasks. I can do a lot of things most people can't. So my brain, so I used to like really hate myself. I thought I was such a horrible person. I can't even uh, be like how everybody else is. And I was called lazy and stupid and irresponsible and careless. And I felt really bad about myself and I worked hard. It was so stressful. And I think my mom helped me a lot growing up because, okay, so autism ADHD is like you have no executive functioning, right? So there's no functioning in the prefrontal cortex and temporal lobes of my brain. And the brain scan shows my brain falls asleep every few minutes. And anyways, so it's neurological. So anyways, I tried so hard and I was burnt out because my whole life, I have been masking. I mask with makeup, supplements, whatever gives me energy, stimulants, whatever. I drink 10 cups of coffee a day just so I can get through the day like a normal person, but that's not normal, right? And a lot was expected out of me growing up, but I didn't have the mental capacity for that. So I was always misunderstood. And just because I couldn't talk and verbally express myself, my family thought I was hiding things. I was being very shady and I was not on the right path. And I just couldn't express myself. And so I couldn't even tell them how I felt. Anyways, and then growing up too, like the only friends I could have were other neurodivergent people like with ADHD and autism because they understand me. If we don't see each other for a year, we get back and start where we stopped, kind of a thing, right? So anyways, I never sat down and explained this to my family or anyone. I just kept feeling like I was a horrible person. Something's wrong with me. I can't get my stuff together. You know, I'm always running late and I forget so many things and something seriously, I have serious personality flaws that need to be corrected. I had all kinds of day planners, uh, boards that so I could remember things, but It's always been a struggle. But once I got my diagnosis, it was like a sigh of relief. I'm like, oh, there is a name for this. Oh, other people have the same thing. I'm not the only one. And it was a sense of relief. But at the same time, I had grief because I went through a big time identity crisis. I didn't know who I was because I was just literally performing. I would mask with makeup, I would with different clothes, by pretending to be normal, but to be honest, that's what it is. And I had problems with communication, and that's why I had really bad relationships because I could not communicate like how I am right now. This is like I'm slowly, because I have accepted myself now. Before I was like, I hated myself. I'm like, why am I like this and everything? And why can't I do this? And why can't I start a business? And why can't I, and now it all made sense. And so I had to have self-compassion on myself and show myself love. And now I don't perform for anybody. I'm myself. So basically, yeah, that's my story. I kind of feel better talking about it. So people don't misunderstand me. And a lot of time people think, oh, I'm a snob, I'm rude. No, I'm not. That's my face. I think I'm a very friendly person and I love people. I have a kind heart. And just because like I was quite gullible, I got taken advantage of a lot. And yeah, I believed people. I thought everybody was kind hearted. So I kind of I went through a lot of issues with that. And then I came to a point where I was even suicidal because I was like, I can't live, like, especially after my menopause. And when my symptoms hit so hard, I collapsed. My nervous system just collapsed. I had a shutdown. And I'm still kind of recovering from that. It took me 5 years almost. And then the last time I went saw my parents, and I wasn't doing much. I'm just like quiet, just like how I used to be when I was a kid. And they're like, what happened to you? What's wrong? I'm like, nothing. Remember, I was like that when I was a kid. And then my mom didn't say nothing. But yeah, my mom used to help me organize, plan my day and all. So it was easier back then. But then when I moved out and stuff, things got super difficult being a single mom. So it was extra pressure. And if you're neurodivergent, it takes a lot of energy just so you could perform the daily tasks. And it was a challenge and I'm glad I did it. Now I don't feel bad about myself anymore. I have accepted I'm neurodivergent and I have my good qualities. Not everyone's perfect. Everyone has flaws. And so I've learned to love and accept myself now. Yeah. So that's my story I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys have stories like that, you can share it in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Love you guys. Until next time.